What's going on, y'all? Back at it again with another video. Just want to document the trading session today and go over a little bit of analysis real quick here. Really just going to jump right into it. So I'm going to share my screen here. And yeah, this is what we're looking at from the higher time frame perspective. And ultimately today I was looking for buys, and this is part of the reason why. So, as you can know, the market has been bearish the past 4 weeks here. As you can see, these four down candles. And we came into this area of interest. This was, a drastic push down before this bullish momentum started going on over here. So that gives us a good area to, look for buys from. And once I go down to the daily time frame, specifically, I was looking at this area right here. I'm gonna mark it up for y'all. This area of imbalance, which we tapped into today, and this was part of the reason why I was looking for buys. Let's see here. So yeah, that imbalance right there kind of gave me the conviction that buys might play out here. So yeah, just going down to a lower time frame to see what price was actually doing and what kind of um, sparked me to look at the buys in the first place. So other than that, I did see a change in momentum. I'm trying to really figure out how I can communicate this best to y'all because I understand a lot of people are going to be newcomers and learning how to trade and things like that. So the way I kind of look at the market, I'll be doing a breakdown video here coming up, but just to kind of describe it is really we're just looking at the how the market is behaving. We're just looking for momentum. That's one of the biggest ways to tell what the market is trying to do. So what I was looking at, since we had all this price action going downwards, I was just looking for something to kind of give us a signal that it wanted to push up. And what did that for me was, let me see, yeah, it was this change in momentum right here. So we had a shift up to the upside, and we also had this area of interest right here. This 1 hour imbalance, which was giving us momentum, and it was also rejecting that area. It was holding pretty good, so that kind of gave me the conviction that this might be a good. Everything is starting to align on a higher time frame, so I just keep dropping down to a lower time frame and see what we're working with. And do, and then so I'll just refine this area of momentum to the 15-minute, just to be in more detailed. And as I'm moving down, I'm trying to remember where I got in at. I know it was shortly after the market opened, and I think it was at 10 o'clock here. Let me see. Yeah, so it was at 10 o'clock. So what I was looking at is that since I saw this momentum and we got this break above, that we would continue bullish from there. So anything after that is free game for me. And what I was looking at this liquidity that was right here. And when I say liquidity, I just kind of refer to as fuel. So the market needs fuel or liquidity to go in the ultimate direction that it wants to go. Kind of like driving a car. Once you're trying to get to a destination, you obviously need fuel to get there. So just marking that up right there. So that was the liquidity that was took. And then we see a reaction there. And let me just go ahead and add my executions on here so it can look a little bit better. And yeah, so this is where I got in from my execution. So after I saw that this liquidity was swept at the market open, and then we had a break above that right here. that right there kind of let me know that, hey, this might be another good time to get into buys if we can get a retracement and some type of mitigation. So after I saw that break, that's two breaks to the upside that we got now. So I'm thinking that, okay, price might really want to go up here. This might be the bottom or whatnot. So I immediately looked at this area of imbalance where, there was a lot of momentum in the market. Basically, in this area, there wasn't any time for, people to sell. So it wasn't a balanced market. So usually we look for that to be rebalanced or to revisit that area. And that's exactly what I was looking for. Wasn't in this trade too long because I was just trying to grab the low hanging fruit, which was this liquidity right here. So I already had my target in mind, my first target, and I believe I just put my entry right in this area of imbalance, and then I had put my stop like just below, something like that. And then let me see. So I got in at 19,472.75. So like right there. And then I was in the trade for like literally 2 minutes. Price moved so fast. And then I got out at 19,602.50. So that was a trade right there. And obviously we had the liquidity. This was all liquidity right here to me, which gave sponsorship for this trade. And yeah, it panned out. It worked out. So yeah, that's usually the main things that I'm looking for. I'm looking for bullish momentum, or trend, or um, the bullishness to show itself, and then area of interest, which was this imbalance right here, and then I need the fuel, the liquidity, which was built up right here. Price came down, stopped everybody out that who were buying up in here, took their position, and price went higher and went up to this area of liquidity up here. So that was a nice, short and sweet, simple trade. But price did turn around, so I'm glad that I had my parameters set. Um, and yeah, it didn't look like it was fully ready to turn around, and it was news here, which is kind of risky on my part. I usually don't trade news, but this looked good enough for me. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger, and it panned out. Um, I'm just trying to take my setup more often, build conviction in my own strategy. But so I'm going to show you this other trade that I took. Wasn't the worst trade, but it did end up failing. So coming back to the 15-minute time frame. So the first trade price didn't come all the way into this 15-minute time frame, so that was still valid for me. This is what I really wanted to see: price come down in here and then go higher, which it did, but I didn't have I had a little bit too tight of a stop loss. So we have this area of interest right here. This is all liquidity, and she dropped down to the lower time frame, get into the 1 minute. So the same thing, getting it again, same tune, same tone. What I was looking at this downtrend. We got this area of interest right here, looking for buys in that area. And then we get a break to the upside, showing a shift in momentum, changing character, however you want to call it. And originally I was looking at this area of imbalance where this bullish momentum was. And I was thinking we were going to go higher from there. And it didn't plan out, but it did. It just had a lower agenda that it wanted to attend to before I went up. So I had the right setup, right idea, but just the wrong time, and wanted to go a little bit lower, wrong price, if you will. So what I was looking at, I wanted to get in on this imbalance, which was 19,372.25 right there. And I was going to target, this at first, this liquidity, and then that imbalance right there. So I would have went up here, and then where I got stopped out at 328.25 right there. So that was a trade right there. Didn't plan out, but the first trade was a one to almost a 1 to 4, and then this trade would have been 1 to 2.5, but missed out on that. So still an accurate trade. It just wanted to come down here. I think on the seconds time frame there was an area of interest. Uh, yeah, so it looked like it came down to this area. I'm looking on the second time frame. Yeah, it looked like it just wanted to mitigate that area before it went higher. So, good learning lessons today. Nice trading session. I take it. A lot to learn from this. I'm gonna continue to journal and continue this journey. But yeah, just wanted to update y'all on how the session went today, and appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good one.